Intro. If you're a fan of heartfelt and soulful country music, then Hal Ketchum is a name you won't forget. He was one of the most unique voices in country music during the 1990s, known for hits like Small Town Saturday Night and Hearts Are Gonna Roll. But Ketchum wasn't just a singer, he was also a gifted songwriter, crafting poetic lyrics inspired by his own life experiences. Behind the bright lights of the stage was a life filled with both triumphs and hardships, from his early years immersed in music to his rise to fame, struggles with illness, and ultimately his heartbreaking passing. Today, let's take a look back at the life and career of Hal Ketchum, a country legend whose music continues to touch the hearts of fans around the world. 1. Childhood and family. Hal Michael Ketchum was born on April 9, 1953 in Greenwich, New York, a small town near the Vermont border. He was the eldest of 3 children born to Frank and Janet Ketchum. His family had deep musical roots. His father and grandfather were both musicians and songwriters. From an early age, Hal was surrounded by music, listening to the stories his father told about playing music and writing songs. This exposure helped shape his love for storytelling and melody, which later became the foundation of his songwriting career. Despite growing up in a small town, Hal was always drawn to creative pursuits. His childhood was filled with artistic influences, not just in music, but also in craftsmanship. Before becoming a professional musician, he developed a talent for woodworking and cabinet making, a skill that he would continue to cherish throughout his life. His ability to create with his hands paralleled his gift for crafting songs. Both required patience, attention to detail, and a deep understanding of the materials at hand, whether it was wood or lyrics. At the age of 15, Hal began performing in local clubs as a drummer in a rhythm and blues band. These early performances were more than just an introduction to live music. They served as an invaluable education in human nature. Hal once reflected that playing in bars and clubs taught him a kind of social psychology. He observed how people's behaviors evolved throughout the night, how they started off friendly and generous in the first set, became more lively and uninhibited on the dance floor in the second, and often ended up arguing or fighting by the time the last set was played. These experiences gave him a unique insight into people's emotions and interactions, which later influenced the way he wrote songs, imbued with authenticity, raw emotions, and a deep understanding of life's ups and downs. Although music was his passion, Hal's early life was also shaped by a strong work ethic instilled by his parents. He took on various jobs to support himself, including working as a carpenter and furniture maker. Even after achieving fame, he never abandoned this craft and continued woodworking as a personal hobby. It was a way for him to escape the pressures of the music industry and reconnect with something tangible and grounding. 3. Career. Hal Ketchum's journey in the music industry began in 1981 when he moved to Austin, Texas. Immersing himself in the city's rich musical culture, he frequently visited Green Hall, a historic dance venue that played a pivotal role in shaping his artistic vision. Originally a drummer, Ketchum gradually transitioned into singing and songwriting, inspired by the storytelling traditions of country and folk music. By 1985, he was performing in small clubs across Texas and soon gained recognition as a finalist in the Kerrville Folk Festival's New Folk Singer-Songwriter Contest, where he was named one of 6 winners in 1986. His growing reputation led to the release of his independent debut album, Threadbare Alibis, in 1988, under his full name, Hal Michael Ketchum. His breakthrough came in 1991 after signing with Curb Records, marking the beginning of his most commercially successful era. That same year, he released Past the Point of Rescue, an album that introduced him to mainstream audiences. Featuring standout tracks like Small Town Saturday Night and Hearts Are Gonna Roll, the album resonated deeply with country music fans and eventually earned gold certification for selling over 500,000 copies. Following this success, he released Sure Love in 1992, which produced several hit singles, including the title track Hearts Are Gonna Roll and Mama Knows the Highway, further solidifying his status in the industry. In 1994, Ketchum released Every Little Word, which contained hits like Tonight, We Just Might, Fall in Love Again, and Stay Forever. That same year, he received one of the highest honors in country music, being inducted as the 71st member of the Grand Ole Opry. This milestone cemented his influence and contribution to the genre. In the years that followed, he released The Hits, 1996, a compilation of his most popular songs, and I Saw the Light, 1998. While these albums didn't reach the commercial heights of his earlier work, they demonstrated his evolving artistry and commitment to songwriting. As the 2000s began, Ketchum continued to release music that reflected his personal and artistic growth. His albums Lucky Man, 2001, King of Love, 2004, Father Time, 2008, and I'm the Troubadour, 2014, showcased his storytelling abilities and his willingness to experiment with new sounds. In 2010, he moved back to Texas and began focusing on live performances, playing at renowned venues such as the Birchmere and Eddie's Attic. His final performance took place at Gruene Hall, the very place that had inspired him decades earlier, bringing his career full circle. Over the span of his career, Hal Ketchum achieved 6 Billboard Top 10 singles and sold over 5 million albums, leaving behind a remarkable legacy in country music. His ability to blend poetic storytelling with heartfelt melodies set him apart as a unique voice in the genre. From his early days as a drummer in New York to his rise as a Nashville star and his later years performing across Texas, Ketchum's journey was a testament to his dedication, resilience, and deep love for music. Fourth, scandals. Hal Ketchum, throughout his career, maintained a reputation free from significant scandals. Unlike many artists in the music industry who face controversies related to personal or professional life, Ketchum remained widely respected for his genuine nature, dedication to his craft, and his ability to connect with fans through his storytelling. His career was built on talent, perseverance, and a deep love for music rather than sensationalism or negative publicity. However, his life was not without hardships. In 2014, Ketchum faced a major personal health challenge when he was diagnosed with acute transverse myelitis, a rare neurological disorder that causes inflammation of the spinal cord. This condition, which shares similarities with multiple sclerosis, severely affected his motor functions, causing him to lose the ability to use the left side of his body. For a musician whose livelihood depended on his ability to sing and play instruments, this was a devastating blow. At one point, Ketchum feared he might never sing or play the guitar again. Despite this daunting prognosis, he refused to give up on music. Through rigorous rehabilitation and therapy, he gradually regained his abilities, demonstrating remarkable resilience and determination. His return to the stage was a testament to his enduring passion for music and his unwillingness to let physical limitations define him. Aside from his health struggles, Ketchum also encountered an unsettling legal issue in 2015. A Texas appeals court upheld a lifetime protective order that had been placed against a stalker who had become obsessed with him. The individual had even gone so far as to change her name to resemble his, an action that raised serious concerns for his safety. The court's ruling reinforced the importance of protecting artists and public figures from potential threats and ensured that Ketchum could live in peace without fear of harassment. While this incident was not a scandal in the traditional sense, it was a disturbing experience that highlighted the darker side of fame. 5. Marriage. Hal Ketchum's personal life was marked by multiple marriages and a deep devotion to his family. Over the years, he experienced love, heartbreak, and enduring relationships that shaped both his personal and professional life. Despite his rising fame in country music, he always remained a family-oriented man, cherishing his role as a husband and father. His first marriage was to Barbara, with whom he shared nearly 2 decades of his early life. They were together for 18 years before divorcing in 1989. During their marriage, they had 2 children, Sarah, born around 1975, and Graham, born around 1978. This period of his life was before he achieved mainstream success, and as a struggling musician, he balanced his passion for music with the responsibilities of raising a family. His divorce from Barbara marked a major turning point, coinciding with the time he moved to Nashville to pursue his career more seriously. In 1991, at the height of his early success, Ketchum married Terrell Ty on September 16th. By this time, he had signed with Curb Records and was gaining national recognition for his heartfelt storytelling and distinctive voice. However, despite the promising start of their marriage, it lasted only 6 years before they divorced. The reasons behind their split were never publicly disclosed, but like many artists in the demanding music industry, balancing fame, touring, and personal relationships was often a challenge. Ketchum's third marriage was to Gina Piccone on February 14, 1998. Their relationship was significant, as it lasted for more than a decade, and they had 2 daughters together, Ruby Joy, born on January 22, 2001, and Sophia Grace, born on June 17, 2004. As a father, Ketchum found immense joy in spending time with his children, and he often spoke about how his family kept him grounded amid the pressures of his music career. Even as he continued touring and recording, he prioritized fatherhood, ensuring that he remained present in his daughters' lives. In 2014, Ketchum married his 4th and final wife, Andrea, who stood by his side through the most challenging years of his life. By this time, Ketchum's career had slowed down, and he was living a quieter life in Texas, performing at select venues. Andrea became his closest companion and caretaker, offering unwavering support as he battled serious health issues. Other relationships. Hal Ketchum's professional journey was marked by significant collaborations and ventures beyond his primary role as a country music singer-songwriter. His work with esteemed artists and forays into acting enriched his career and showcased his versatility. In the realm of music, Ketchum collaborated with notable figures in the industry. His debut major label album, Past the Point of Rescue, released in 1991, was produced by Alan Reynolds, a distinguished producer known for his work with artists like Garth Brooks, Crystal Gayle, and Kathy Mattea. This collaboration played a pivotal role in shaping the album's sound and success. Beyond his musical pursuits, Ketchum explored acting, appearing in films that allowed him to reach audiences in new ways. In 1988, he took on a role in Heartbreak Hotel, a film that delves into the life of Elvis Presley. Later, in 1994, he made a cameo appearance as a bank robber in the Western comedy Maverick, starring Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster. These roles, though not extensive, demonstrated his willingness to diversify his artistic expressions. Ketchum's contributions to the music industry also included collaborative performances. In 1996, he partnered with Shelby Lynne to record If I Never Knew You for the compilation album The Best of Country Sing The Best of Disney. This duet showcased his ability to blend his voice with others, creating harmonious and memorable renditions. 7. Death. Hal Ketchum's later years were marked by significant health challenges that ultimately led to his passing. In 1998, he was diagnosed with acute transverse myelitis, a rare neurological disorder causing inflammation of the spinal cord. This condition left him without the use of the left side of his body, necessitating a grueling process of relearning basic skills, including walking and playing the guitar. Despite these obstacles, Ketchum demonstrated remarkable resilience, returning to his musical career and continuing to perform and record. In April 2019, Ketchum's wife Andrea announced that he had been diagnosed with early-onset dementia, including Alzheimer's disease. This diagnosis compelled him to retire from performing, as the progression of the disease made it increasingly challenging for him to continue his musical endeavors. Andrea shared this news with fans, expressing gratitude for their support and understanding during this difficult time. On November 23, 2020, Hal Ketchum passed away peacefully at his home in Fisher, Texas, at the age of 67, due to complications from dementia. His wife Andrea confirmed his passing, stating, "With great sadness and grief, we announce that Hal passed away peacefully last night at home due to complications of dementia. May his music live on forever in your hearts and bring you peace." Ketchum's death was met with an outpouring of tributes from fans and fellow musicians alike, all honoring his contributions to country music and his enduring legacy as a singer-songwriter. His journey through illness and his ultimate passing underscore the profound impact of neurological diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's, highlighting the importance of awareness and research in these areas.